Happy Miracle Monday. This is Dawn Petalino, your spiritual transformational coach, and Miracle Monday is where I offer you various tools and various tips about how to get back to your higher self and to begin to live as your higher self in this world so you can experience the miracles that you were meant to live. So today's Miracle Monday is one I think we all struggle with. It is the difference between force and surrender. So there's this fine line, right? There's this line where we desire something in our heart, and you want to pay attention to that because your heart is the place that speaks to you. You know, science proves that that your heart has its own brain cells, that your heart has this own wisdom and intelligence in it. And when we connect with the heart, we connect to a quantum field, a unified quantum field. Unified, meaning higher intelligence, meaning all was one, that comes to our heart. So your heart is what you want to listen to. And when you listen to it, this is where you hear your longings and this is where you hear your discontents. So when there is a desire that is pulling at your heart, you want to pay attention. That's guidance. That is guidance. Now, you get the message, you get the desire, you get the longing. So what do? I always sit there and think, okay, I'm hearing, I'm listening, first things first. So on the practical level, you just look at, one of my favorite sayings is, I can't do everything, but I can do this. You know, when I first started years ago a tutoring business, the very first idea I had was I received the message, I just bought business cards. That's where I started. And when I started my coaching and healing business, that was the first idea was, you know, I think I'm going to buy these business cards, and then just began talking to people. But you just go with your first idea, and that is enough for the universe to take hold and begin to act on it. As Carolyn May says, it's easier for God to work with a verb than a noun. So even if I'm gathering information, exploring something, even if I'm just doing the idea that comes to me, that very first step, and your still small voice will often only give you the very first step because it won't want to overwhelm you. So you're listening for the still small voice. And the Course of Love reminds us that this voice is a gentle voice. It's not a harsh voice. It is a gentle voice. So whenever we hear that, we want to receive that. So you want to get into your peace first. You want to just get into your heart, acknowledge any discontents, acknowledge any longings. Take a breath and allow yourself in that moment to feel the safety and peace of receiving that information. It's okay. And now from your peace, now you listen to what your peace is calling to you to do. You know, when I have an idea or somebody tells me you should try this, and I think, okay, I'll go and try that. Now, there's a difference between the force and the surrender, right? And this is what we're talking about. Surrender will often feel like an idea that has some attraction to it. There's some energy behind it. You know, if somebody comes to you with an idea and it doesn't really hit your body, it just sounds like an idea, it's probably not a lot of energy behind it. And whenever we act on those ideas, I know in my own self, when I've acted on the ideas that I thought, okay, I should do this is what they're telling me to do, I'm going to do this, and it wasn't something my body felt to do, it was more of an intellectual somebody telling me what to do. Then when I did the things that I thought I should, I put way more effort into something that really got diminishing returns. But when I felt something, I felt an action, felt an attraction to something, and felt an energy behind it and acted upon that, it ended up snowballing exponentially into other areas beyond what I thought it would look like. And so that's what you want to pay attention to, that fine line, feeling the longing and discontent, because that's your heart. And the Course of Love tells us that this heart, this is where you're going to hear your source talking to you. Quantum physics tells us this is the heart's intelligence. This is where we connect to that unified field when we come from the heart. And when we come from the heart, we receive by feeling that peace, by feeling that assurance, by feeling that I've received this message and it was meant for me. Now, from that peace, is there an idea that has energy to it? And again, sometimes it's just my next best idea. But whenever you hear something from the outside, there might be energy to it. And so pay attention. When you act on those ideas, then those ideas have a power behind them, and it goes beyond you. Remember, this is a unified quantum field. This is a higher intelligence, your God self, the universe. And because it's unified, it goes beyond you to affect everybody. So you want to pay attention to when something has energy behind it. Otherwise, you might be forcing solutions. If you're trying to force an idea and you get frustrated and you find yourself suffering in the cause of it, then you're not using your will properly. You know, the only proper use of will is to listen to the divine will and be willing to act on that and let go of the outcome. That's the other key, is I'm listening, I'm going to throw it out there. I always say, we just tell my clients, just throw out the seeds, see what grows. See what comes back, what speaks to you, because everything is teaching you about yourself. It's also teaching you about how to be more of your higher self, and it's showing you how to listen better. And a lot of times it might come through trial and error first, but then as we start to listen, we start to act more on those things that are drawing their attention to us than to those things that feel like I should be doing this, I have to do this. You know, even sometimes something practical will draw its attention to you. If it's something that you feel like, I'm getting the feeling I need to do this. It's not something I'm maybe excited about, but there's an energy behind it. I'm feeling I need to do this. Act on it. It involves spontaneity and flexibility, surrender of the outcome, and it involves the courage to take the risk to act and just see what unfolds. Happy Miracle Monday. Happy New Year's Eve. I look forward to seeing you next week. I look forward to hearing more about your New Year's and your miracles happening in your New Year's. And I also invite you, if you want to start out the new year learning more about the quantum physics, about the heart coherence that can increase the miracles in your life and help you to live a miraculous life as your higher self in connection to that higher intelligence, to that quantum field, through your heart intelligence, then I invite you to check out my website, www.dawnpetalino.com, go under events, and you can find the physics behind miracles. I'll be holding some classes regarding that, and I look forward to seeing you there. Bye for now, and have a miraculous Monday.